Hi there. Welcome back to Nico Talks Hockey. I'm Nico. I apologize for the week plus long absence from the channel and from any new videos. I was dealing with a cold, but today I wanted to talk about the top five Cup or bust teams, in my opinion, for these playoffs. Now, what does Cup or bust mean? To me, in my opinion, it means that your season could be considered a failure if you don't win a Stanley Cup, that your team wasn't very successful, and it wasn't a successful season if you don't go all the way and win a Stanley Cup. So here are five teams with a special honorable mention. Teams that I think that they have to go all the way in these playoffs and win Lord Stanley to be considered a successful season for them, for their organization. So starting off, for our honorable mention, I have the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, Tampa Bay, why do I have them? Well, they won two cups recently. Isn't that enough? And for an incredibly successful organization such as Tampa Bay, I would say it's not enough. And in their eyes, they are the pinnacle of success, and they need to continue to prove it. Tampa Bay, they've been out in the first round 2 years in a row now, and they're trying to prove that they still got it, that they don't have to, tear it down, that they can still produce with the players that they have. Tampa Bay, I think they have to go far at least. They may not have to win the Stanley Cup. It's the reason I don't have them in the top five. They may not have to go all the way, but they got to get past the first round, the second round even too, to prove to their general manager and to their fan base and to the rest of the league that they're still a team and a threat that's worth everyone else's consideration. So number five of the top five Cup or bust teams, I have the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the Avalanche are similar. I almost switched out Tampa Bay in for instead of Colorado, but I decided to put Colorado here because I think they're in similar situations. I think Colorado, they won their cup in 2022, and they've been really good in 2023 and 2024, and they're really good this year. But I think that there's definitely an argument to be made that they should have won another one by now. They are such a deep and dangerously skilled team, led by Nathan MacKinnon, their coach Jared Bednar, who's fantastic. This is such a successful organization. And you can make the argument that, their core guys like McKinnon and Makar. They're only getting older, right? So I think they view this season in being really crucial to getting back to where they were in 2022 and getting back to the top of the mountain. I think that they're a team that, especially before they won the cup in 2022, they were thought of as a team that couldn't get past the second round. They were almost like the second, the Leafs were the first round team that could never get past the first round. The Avalanche could never get past the second round until they did, and they won the whole thing. But so in the Avalanche, I think they got something to prove that they are absolutely worthy of, top three, potentially, cup final team. But yeah, so the Colorado Avalanche, I think that they're definitely they're trying to get back there just as much as any other team, and I think that it's cup or bust for them. I really do. Moving on to number four, the Carolina Hurricanes. The Carolina Hurricanes, they're a team that I think is definitely a step above the Lightning, the Avalanche. They're a team that hasn't won it in a while. They've never won it with their current core. Everyone's different since the last time their organization has won it. So the Hurricanes, they've got, as an organization, and with their team now as it is, they have so much to prove. Um, they've gone deep too. I think that this is why I put them at number four, is that they've gone deep. So it's not enough for them to just, go to the third round again. Um, we've seen what they've done. They've gone to the third round many times before, and they have lost every single time. I don't think it's enough for them to even go to the finals. I don't think that's enough improvement. This is a team that's hungry, and it's ran very well. I think their GM is very intelligent, Eric Tulsky, and I think that their coach and Rod the Bod Brindamore, it's cup or bust for him too, in the sense that I think he doesn't view the season as a success unless they finally get over the hump and they finally get this thing done. So yeah, number four, I have the Carolina Hurricanes. Moving on to our top three, the number three team on my top five cup or bust teams, I have the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars are another team that has gone far, and they've proven that they are one of the best teams in the NHL. They went to the finals against the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2020. They've gone to at least one, I think a couple conference finals. They've been there. They've proven pretty much everything you can prove without winning the Stanley Cup. So I think the Dallas Stars, it's the one thing again that they have left to prove. They got to win the whole thing. And they are definitely poised to do it. They have such an incredible team, filled with with vets, with the young guys. They've got a tough road ahead of them, and this year's playoffs, starting obviously with the Colorado Avalanche. That's such a hard giant to slay in the first round, but yeah, I think that they would, even if they go far, they beat the Avalanche, they get to the conference finals again, or even go to the final. I think if they lose, if they do not win the Stanley Cup, I think that their team and their fans, they would probably look at this season as a failure, and they would be like, it's not enough. It's not enough to just go that way. They need them to finally get over that hump, just like all the other teams I mentioned, and win. Moving on to number two, I have the Toronto Maple Leafs. Frankly speaking, they've been in this category, cup or bust, for many years now. They've had, the core four of Marner, Matthews, Nylander, Tavares, kind of a core five also with Morgan Riley there. But they've had this core for a while now. And what do they have to show for it? One playoff round win in 2023. It's not good enough, and then everyone knows it's not good enough. The organization knows it's not good enough. The fans obviously know it's not good enough, and the whole league knows it's pretty pathetic, if I'm being completely honest. So what better way to end all those concerns than to finally go all the way and silence all the doubters. This team, in my opinion, is the best it's looked in a long, long time. It's built for playoff hockey, but they've gotta prove it now. Right now against the Ottawa Senators, they're proving it, but it's just the first round, and let's say they go farther. I don't know if it's all that successful if they cannot finally get this thing done and win a Stanley Cup, because it's been so long since they have. They're an original six team, and they haven't won a Stanley Cup since 2 years prior to the moon landing, as Steve Dangle puts it. So it's been a lot of failure and a lot of heartache in Toronto, but they can end all that if they just go and win this whole thing. So yeah, they're number two. But the one team that I have is, this season will not be a success unless they win it all. They win the Stanley Cup, is the Edmonton Oilers. There's no other team I can put ahead of them. After being to the finals last year, one more game away from winning the Stanley Cup, and for McDavid to get his the cup he's been chasing. Uh, it hurt them so bad last year, and I imagine that they haven't been able to think of anything else than being right back there and being able to rewrite history and win it. So for them, it's cup or bust. It's the textbook definition of cup or bust for the Edmonton Oilers. They've got to get this thing done because they run the risk of it being almost psychologically damaging, I think. Being that close and then failing and then never, if they can't get it done this year, or if they don't even come close this year, if they lose to the Los Angeles Kings in round one, um, it's going to be hard to look at this season and not think of anything but a complete failure. You've got contracts coming up off the books, but not in a good way. You've got Evan Bouchard. You've got to figure out his next contract. And then, McDavid, he's got to sign a new contract soon. I'm not one of those people that thinks he's leaving or going anywhere, but he's going to get a raise. This much is true. So how do you make the money work? The money is working this season. That's why I think they really got to get it done this season. But I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, that's my top 5 Cup or Bust teams for this NHL playoffs. To recap, the honorable mention being the Tampa Bay Lightning, and then number 5 are the Colorado Avalanche, number 4 the Carolina Hurricanes, number 3 the Dallas Stars, number 2 the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the number 1 Edmonton Oilers. Thank you so much for watching. I will be having more videos out soon. Bye-bye.